So what is the outlook for the Indiana Hoosiers with Mike Woodson now being the head coach?
I'm a little, what's the word? I won't be probably very objective, but I think he has done a great job putting a Band-Aid, which hopefully when you peel that Band-Aid off, there'll be some healing to that wound and you won't be able to see that scar at Indiana University. And I think they're going to surprise a lot of people. And I think they're going to do very well in this upcoming season. He's got his recruiting down to being absolutely spectacular too. So he's got some people signed that are coming on board here in the next couple of years. You'll review this after the end of the season. Sweet 16, Final Four.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. Okay. Now let's go to the hated rival. Okay. The Purdue Boilermakers. What's your kind of outlook for the Boilermakers here?
The Boilermakers are a well-coached basketball team. It used to be growing up, you were either an Indiana fan or you're a Purdue fan. You were taught to be that way, and you were taught to hate both either, or you either were an Indiana fan, you hated Purdue, or you were a Purdue fan and hated IU. Purdue Boilermaker basketball is consistent. Haven't won the big game yet since 1932 with John Wooden, but it's coming. I think well coached, great tradition, and a great basketball program.
Sure.
I don't think Indiana gets beat twice by them again this year.
Oh, that's a nice little note there for when we look back at the end of the year here. I don't think they're going to get beat twice this year either. I think it's going to be a 1-1 here because Indiana, like you said, they have a coach that will attract numerous players because of his NBA background, because of him being from the state of Indiana and knowing what it's like to be a true Hoosier. But let's go to Notre Dame. Okay. What is their outlook this year?
They have a basketball program?
I guess. But
I'm sorry. People are going to hate me for this, especially Kenny Barlow, but I have no interest, and evidently Notre Dame has no interest in bringing a good quality basketball team to the table.
Hey, that's what you were here for. Honest opinions here, okay, on Hoosier Talks. I guess you're right. Mike Bray, it's time to move on from Mike Bray, honestly. I feel like J.R. Knisny and Blake Wesley will kind of make a good first impression here as freshmen. But the rest of the team, just what are they doing? They're in the ACC. They're almost to the point where Kansas is in football.
They're overshadowed by Notre Dame Fighting Irish football, and the team is they're just I don't know if the expectations are not there, or it's just and I'm an state of Indiana homer, man, and Notre Dame is in Indiana. You can ask 10 people on the street, and they would half of them tell you that Notre Dame was in Paris. So someone just needs to get to work up in South Bend on the basketball program. And like I said, everybody's got a nose, and everybody's got an opinion.
For sure. Absolutely. But let's go to your alma mater, Indiana State. Okay. What's the Indiana State outlook?
Rebuilding, probably just absolutely pitiful this year. They had a problem. There was an error in letting Coach Greg Lansing go. Big mistake. He had Indiana State at least above mediocrity the past few years. They're starting over.
Absolutely. So what's Ball State's outlook?
Chandler Thompson and the dunk in 1988. Other than that, Ball State Cardinals haven't done diddly squat.
Diddly squat. You hear it first. Diddly squat for your chirps. But the Purple Aces. The Purple Aces of Evansville. Do you feel like there's another upset here occurring? Because they've been kind of giant killers last couple of years.
Couldn't besides beating number one Kentucky and going with Coach Licklider, under the radar. Don't know what's going to happen. We'll find out.
Okay. The Valparaiso Beacons.
Another team, Missouri Valley, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Loyola of Chicago is the big power, at least in the past few years in that conference. Of course, Indiana State won't compete whatsoever this year because of the coaching change, but don't know enough about Valpo.
Yes, for sure. And that is kind of, and we forgot one of the biggest schools for basketball, Butler. So do you think Butler gets back the prominence or even gets close to the tournament this year?
Coach is fabulous with the guys. They have a great program. They've had consistency with the program. They have a great royal tradition of basketball arena that they play in, although they've taken it from 15,000 and put it down to 8,500 because of new seats and corporate greed. But Butler is always in the game, and they played well at the end of the season last year. It'll be interesting to see what they can do this year.
So we're going to go switch it up a little bit. Since we're talking about all levels of basketball here in the state of Indiana, we're going to do a little Pacers report, okay? Rick Carlisle is coming back after him being assistant here, and then him just an absolute great career over at Dallas. What do you think, Rick Carlisle? What's the move there? I mean, and how
the Indiana Pacers disgust me. The Indiana Pacers have been in the NBA for years. Thank God that they were in the ABA and dominated for 3 championships. Being from the state of Indiana, the Indiana Pacers should have banners hanging on that wall. It's disappointing. It is embarrassing, and they've had chances upon chances and let things go. And you're recycling Rick Carlisle. If you look really close at him, looks like Jim Carrey, the comedian. And he hadn't done diddly squat in 10 years with the Dallas Mavericks. So you're recycling the coach, in my opinion. Nate McMillan wasn't a bad coach, but you got rid of him. The Indiana Pacers probably will make it into the first round. Disappointed as usual. Something needs to be done with that franchise to make me come back to it.
Absolutely agree on that one. Absolutely. You had Reggie Miller for years, and you couldn't win a ring after Jordan?
This right here by Bob Nidlicki and the late Robin Miller, who just passed away. The Indiana Pacers of the ABA changed the game. We changed the game. The Indiana Pacers of the NBA, the only thing that's come out of the Indiana Pacers has been the Malice at the Palace on Netflix. That's about the only thing that's come out of that decent. And, of course, we were shafted in 2000 against the Lakers because we should have been playing the Portland Trailblazers rather than the Lakers, and Tim McConaughey's cheated. So that's just my opinion.
Absolutely. But that is the first Hoosier Hoops, and it's been a great time on here with you, Billy. And we're looking forward to future Hoosier updates when the season starts as well, and more stories here on Regan's Corner. But yeah, see you later.
Hey, thank you so much. I look forward to it, Josh. Great stuff.